What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are doing another product review. Today we have the PXG 0311P with the Project X 6.5 shaft in it. So this is PXG's mid-level iron.
Correct. Double, it's all forged, opened up on the inside. They've got their XP and their T. XP being extreme performance, T being the tour. Extreme distance.
So this would be the middle of the road. You'd probably compare it to like the TaylorMade P790. There's a few other, probably the
Zuno's got the
JPX.
HMBs, yeah, hot metal blades.
So it's that road. So PXG came out on the scene probably about 5 years ago now.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're unfamiliar, PXG stands for Parsons Extreme Golf, but everybody in the golf world just calls it PXG. It came on the scene with irons first. They've developed metal woods and putters and all, really a full line now. But really the MO of this was the first club to really kind of launch the ball high with as little spin possible, which obviously everybody's kind of started to do, especially TaylorMade with the P790 being probably the most popular club in this segment. And price-wise, it's still a little low. Do you remember what this is off the top of your head?
So they actually have a sale going on right now, and they are on sale for $349 a club.
A club.
Regular $420, $430 a stick.
And I'm not going to do that math because it'll make me a little sad on the inside. So
it's up there a little bit.
A set of clubs, obviously 7 or 8 of them, you could do the math on that at about $4 per club. So that's obviously at the time of recording. Not sure if that's going to continue on for too much longer.
I'm not sure how long that sale goes. It's online though right now.
So now I will say that this club, 1611 here, who obviously we're at, and we're going to put all this information on TrackMan and kind of see what some of the results are. They're hosting a fitting day today. With PXG, so they're using some of the clubs. We're hoping that we might get our hands on a driver here in a little bit too.
Yeah, they got a new one out.
If he's not using it, but obviously we have, this head happens to be 2 degrees upright, which is so far away from my setting and slightly closer, but still far away for you.
Yeah.
So my set now, I'm actually playing 2 degrees flat. Now I actually have these shafts, which is the Project X 6.5s. And then I also play mid-size grip, and that is not a mid-size grip. That's probably just standard.
Yeah, and I've got a Modus 120, so it's a little bit heavier than that is, and I'm 1 flat, standard length.
Perfect. So, all right. Well, I'm not going to compare this to my club just because I hit mine too far, and I'm switching anyway. I am going to switch at some point. So at this point, all of our little product demos are. Things are just research for me now.
Research development.
Yep, exactly. And I will say, just as a disclaimer, neither of us are actually sponsored or staffed by any of the major manufacturers.
Nope.
And we intend on staying that way so that we can be kind of partial. So if this is the best club we've ever hit, we're going to say it. If it's the worst club we ever hit, we're probably going to say it. So with that being said, Aaron is going to hit a few with his club, which he's still playing the Srixon
765s.
What shaft do you have in that?
That Modus 120X.
Modus 120X. So now how far do you typically hit your 7-iron?
Carries somewhere in that 79 to 82.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. So call it 80 on an average.
Yeah, okay.
May get some.
From a distance perspective, there's a couple things you can look at when you're getting yourself a new club. And for me, it's consistent carry distance.
Yep.
The other thing too we want to get out of like a 7-iron, we're going to hit a lot of 7-irons into greens. So we want to get a reasonable amount of spin. I believe the tour average is 6,800 RPMs.
Like we kind of, and what we kind of tell, especially amateur golfers, is you can figure about 1,000 per club. So about 7-iron, about 7,000. 8-iron, about 8,000.
Right.
Somewhere in there is kind of just a ballpark, it's just to look at. And then, of course, it depends on shaft, ball, long, all kinds of other stuff.
Absolutely. Now, how long have you been playing this iron itself? Your set?
I've been playing this one for 2.5 years. Okay,
so you've got it pretty dialed in where you want it.
I'm not a big tinkerer and switcher of equipment.
So the set I was playing prior to the ones that are in the bag now was the Callaway Apex MBs with 7.0 Project X.
A little stiffy.
Thanks, Darren. That was not the easiest club for him to build.
Oh, that was a little chunk.
And in the past, at least for iron play, because I haven't played as much the last year, I used to play a lot of tournaments and probably get on the golf course 3 to 5 times a week and tournament play at least once every 3 weeks. Whenever you're ready, we can just flip out.
I'm good. So I mean, there's right there, average carry,
Yep.
bottom right corner, 180. Or
Yeah,
bottom
so
left corner.
you're carrying it right at 180. Good call. 6,600 RPM, so a little low for the average. It's actually a little low on the tour average too. Club head speed to ball speed though, you got a decent dispersion there. So you want to hit this and I'll hit it next?
Sure.
Since you're nice and toasty.
Good and warm. Don't call it a comeback. All right, here we go. 0311.
So obviously the first thing we want to see is if the ball speed jumps without this club head speed moving and or his carry distance goes up.
Ball speed jumped.
130. So you went up a little bit in the average.
About 2 miles an hour from average.
Yep. But you gained about a yard and a half off of your average. Little under. We'll call it 2 yards off your average.
That one's a little bit of a miss, but still
So as far as
decent.
feel and balance, and I will say again, disclaimer: balance is changed by shaft. You know, we're not playing with a stock shaft in there. That's a Project X 6.5 is a flighted shaft, which means it's completely smooth to disperse that shaft, which is kind of the anti what you got going on here. I mean, to a point. With your Modus, it's going to want to flex
Still
more
gotta
at the
step
top.
on.
Yeah.
So, like for example, that shot right there, just from what I feel, was a little bit heely.
Okay.
So I get a little bit of right shot, but
not a lot though.
I'm also seeing that a little heely ball speed didn't really change. I didn't really miss. I mean, even though I missed it a little bit, carry was still up there.
So something after you hit a few more, something I'm gonna ask you to do is actually try and shape the.
Yep.
What I'm gonna ask you to do is shape a few shots after we just kind of hit a few straight, just to see, because that's always the thing too for a better player, is forgiveness is one thing, but you also, a lot of times you'll want to work the shot to be more aggressive with certain lines on the golf course. So as far as feel, how does that feel to you?
I mean, it feels good. It's pretty soft on the face. Nothing, like I said, that kind of little miss here and there. It's not real clanky or clunky feeling or anything like that.
If there's one thing that stood out to you, just again 5 shots in, what's that one glaring thing in comparison to your club, or really, and you've hit a lot of other clubs too. So what's the one thing that really stands out more than anything besides price?
It really, it really does feel softer on miss hits.
Okay.
That's the.
Whereas if you hit your Strixons here,
I can feel
you toe or heel a little bit, you're going to get you a little bit.
Yeah, feel a little click in there, a little clunky.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we'll see if we can move some here.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Just a little. I'm going to make you call
easy,
it.
Easy hitting a draw for me. So we'll see. As I say that, I may just
try and do like a little, maybe about a 10-yard draw.
Okay. Oh, that's a little chunky one. Going to be a lot more than 10. How about a hook?
But you can do it.
Yes, I can get the ball working to the
Remind me the grid, the yardages. Is it 5?
Yes, 5 and then jumps to 15. So that's like massive hook right there.
Gotcha.
Club face is closing.
Oh, that's
There's about 10.
Yeah, about 10, give or take. Just about halfway to that second line.
Okay.
So the big thing I'm noticing too is your carry distance really hasn't changed with doing that now.
Much.
Now I will say that, which is kind of typically when you draw the ball, you have a tendency to get your carry distance just a little further because it puts a little bit more of that clockwise spin on the ball.
Yeah. And spin usually goes down
right, which
a little bit with the ball. For a right-handed golfer moving left.
Your average went up.
Yeah.
Hit that one pretty good.
Yeah.
So again, that's another one where, did you feel like that was pretty on the face? Or
yeah.
The one before, where was that on the face?
It was a little low.
A little low, okay. So a little low could have contributed to the lack of distance, but realistically for you at least.
I mean, the distance isn't changing that much from right to left to what I feel like is pretty straight.
Yeah, and you're still able to move it a little bit. Now how much you can work it at that point, obviously there's gonna be a line that it's gonna try and, because a mid-level club or even more of a game improvement club tries to take the left and right misses of those maybe higher handicap players and take those and bring them to center. So that's working against someone that's trying to intentionally do that.
Move the ball.
So
let her rip.
Give you your back. Okay. I gotta tell you, just looking down at it initially, the top line's a little odd to me.
The way it looks like it's coming up?
It comes up, but it almost looks like it, and it doesn't do it. Yeah, it does actually. It looks like it just bows a little bit right there, and then kind of, so it bumps and then comes and then toes up into like a sharp edge, instead of just being a gradual
move up. Yeah.
Up, and maybe that's...
I mean, mine goes up, but it's fairly, looking down at it, it looks fairly flat. You don't
Right.
see like a big high toe.
I will say that this seems like a bigger face. Like the club itself, just from heel to toe.
Heel to toe.
Is a little bit bigger, especially for somebody like me who I'm used to playing blades. Well, that was left. So one of the things I'm going to struggle with just out of the gates is that this grip is really small for me.
Small and upright.
I am used to, yeah. Well, and I'm used to a very large grip.
Don't worry, I'm good.
What was the carry in that first one, do you remember?
Carry was 88.
88. Did it actually carry further on the first one? Left.
92.
You're right, because I've healed 2 of those.
Feel
Not
fairly
healed, toe.
soft on that.
Right. So I'm kind of doing everything you did a little quicker. I'm just kind of, first one was a miss, second one I hit straight, then I tried to draw one, tried to cut one there. My cut's still...
It's still 90. I mean, it's
Yeah,
still
190.
Still staying up there.
That was thin.
A little skinny there.
Yeah.
Ball speed drop. Only lost 3 yards. A carry.
I think that's the biggest thing I would say is this, they're pretty forgiving clubs.
Yeah.
You know, the question is, are they forgiving enough to warrant that price jump from like a P7 or 790?
Yeah.
Because I believe P790 is like 165 a club,
Yeah,
179 a club.
that's that Mizuno HMB. It's 165 a stick.
Yeah, it was left.
You've got, you know, like we're doing here, that fitting day, you know, PXG sends their reps in to do all the fitting and do everything, so you kind of get that whole PXG experience where they're bringing everything in. They've got their custom fitters, they bring the van, they got everything that they have to offer. So you're getting a full range of everything that they have, all the heads, all the shafts. They do a good job of their fittings.
Yeah, they do.
Bringing the full thing out.
You've got someone that's responsive, that's going to be a great process. I know kind of Hamna, for instance, is mimic that.
Yeah.
Where they want to do the same thing. They send out a guy with a full tour van gambit of stuff. So I'm just get one more, do my patent and see if I can John Daly one over 195 or something.
There it is. 94.4.
Ah, best one I hit too.
Yeah.
I just need to swing harder, maybe to get more accurate.
Yeah, you got to swing hard in case
Never
you hit
works that way.
Yeah. No.
Well, what's your kind of takeaway?
I mean, my takeaway, I mean, I think it feels good. It's like we keep saying, it's pretty forgiving on it. It's softer feeling. I think the misses are just a little bit more forgiving than more of kind of a classic forged club would be, or a blade.
Right.
So, excuse me. So, I mean, overall, I'm fairly impressed with it. I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Aaron on that. You know, it's for the right player.
Yes.
It's a good option. Is it worth the price tag is really my only kind of question mark.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I was going for that type of like a hollow-headed forged stuff, I would want to see the TaylorMades. I'd want to see the Mizunos. I'd want to see the new Cobra forged techs that they came out with.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen those yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, with that being said, PXG, it's not as, it's a little more widely known now. I know when they first came out, everyone, what is that?
Yeah,
and they
black and white stuff.
Yeah, and golfers for the most part, we're pretty traditional guys and people. So you know, you get a new brand and you're kind of hesitant to try it, and
you're a little skeptical.
Yeah,
about it.
but they've got some tour presence now, which obviously is kind of paid for. But at the same time, it is there, and guys wouldn't play it if they didn't agree with the golf club. I mean, look at the Hamna Rose situation. Which that's a way of not to do it. But but anyway, no, I completely agree with you. I'd say in the right settings and the right shaft, you know. But it's definitely should be in the.
It's in the running with all of them.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, thank y'all for checking in. Anything else y'all want to see? If there's a product out there that you do want to see, make sure and comment below, message us, anything like that, and we will do our best. We got a pretty good grasp to be able to get our hands on most any golf club out there, new stuff, old stuff, whatever. Again, yeah, there's a group of guys that came in with some old hickories one time.
That's what my head just said, persimmons.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But PXG, what we were looking at there, the 0311P, overall, pretty good golf club.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would tell you too, definitely get fit for this. So if you want to know how to get fit for that, please leave a comment below or contact 1611 directly or Maverick Performance Golf, because we work together on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, we can get you set up with, get the fitter over here.
And I would tell you, as expensive these are, get fitted for
Yes,
them.
don't
Make
buy
sure they're
them.
right the first time. You know, to buy a set and then a year later go, dang it.
Yeah,
So, and that's true with any golf club. Just get fit. It's most of the time pretty inexpensive and or free. So,
absolutely. Thank you all for checking in. Look forward to it.
thanks guys.